Now, the time has come for the Great Awakening.
What the? My body, it feels like it's been torn apart.
It is our Omnigears.
It's pulling me in.
Damn, what's going on? Huh? Hey, is that... our Omni... No, that's not it. Is that our anima relics? Is it trying to detach the anima relics from our Omnigears? Deus is swallowing up our anima relics? Das ist jetzt wohl auch nicht so gut.
What's going on? My Omnigear won't move. It's like it's dead.
This is the true meaning of the anima relics, to attain their respective animus and return to the persona. The anima relics are really one set of parts that make up Deus, the physical manifestation of God. They regain their original powers of functions by aligning themselves with their destined partner. An Omnigear that has lost its respective anima relic is but a puppet. It becomes a mere vessel or container in which there are no contents. And this girl too was destined to become one with God. You see, Elham is really one of the parts of God as well.
What the hell are you talking about?
Put simply, you served to help bring all the parts of God together here for me. You're a bunch of stupid fools. It's as if you're all clowns. You believed the legend of how our world and the universe was created, but the ministry and I fabricated that very myth a long time ago to suit our purposes.
It's a lie. How can that be true?
I think you'll find that your friends' Omnigears are all dead too. I'm talking about your friends who split up and took a different path than you into this place. They were all parts of God that were disassembled in the past, but once again are all gathered here. Yes, it is indeed the time for the resurrection of God.
What was it all for? Everything that I have done up until now.
Wer hat das denn gesagt? Oh, Ramses. It's just you. What are you doing here, Kar?
What about me? My existence? What was its purpose?
There was only one purpose to your existence, to eliminate Emperor Cain. Cain's will had become too much like that of humans. He was too concerned about them. He had forgotten his mission to revive God. That is why you were created. You were only made to remove our main hindrance, Cain. But as the original living being, Cain had absolute power. To make you turn on Cain, it was necessary to focus your mind on a single point. However, being an artificial life form, you were mentally unstable. That is why we used Faye's existence. Resentment, that is the source of your strength. And you have excelled superbly at fulfilling our expectations of you. But we no longer have any more use of you. Haven't you realized that yet? You're a piece of trash, and being the reject that you are, why don't you just leave? Oh, meine Güte.
Ouch. What was I born for? What was I living for?
A pathetic excuse for a life. Why, you aren't even human. Now, what to do with a lot of you? Well, I can't just kill you all, seeing as you have served me so well. So, as a reward, I will allow you to be sacrificed too, to be assimilated into Deus, along with this girl.
What? Ramses! Oh. Oops.
Good. This is how I wanted it, Gar. I am fated so as not to be able to kill myself. Now all my wishes have come true, thanks to you.
Me young.
Oh. Huch. Damit hat jetzt wahrscheinlich nicht unbedingt jeder gerechnet.
Too bad we missed the action. Our Omnigears gave out on the way here. Anyways, let's hurry up and save Ellie.
Yeah, I know. Hang in there, Ellie. I'm letting you down now. Was? Die hat Faye erschossen. Stimmt. What? Faye, now you hang in there. She took my gun.
Why did you do that, Ellie?
Ellie, what happened to you? How could you?
Don't tell me she's been brainwashed.
It has nothing to do with brainwashing. What? Der steht wieder. The majority of my body is comprised of a nanomachine colony, not only for longevity, but also to unify with the mother. So don't be surprised. This much damage can be recovered rather quickly.
Unify with the mother?
That girl, Elheim, is our mother. Yes, I am the mother of all humans.
Ellie? What are you babbling on about? Snap out of it, Ellie.
You're as dense as usual, but I don't blame you. So be it. I will explain to you all about it. This Deus, the one that you call God, is an interplanetary invasion weapon system that was built in ancient times by humans from another planet, from Earth. It was created as an automatic weapon which could act upon its own will to take control of a targeted planet. But you should have known this much from looking at the Razel records. Anyway, during a test run, Deus became uncontrollable. It released its powers and annihilated a whole planet. The creators of Deus found its immeasurable power to be too much of a threat and hence forcibly shut it down. In order to analyze the cause of the problem, its core was dismantled and placed on an interplanetary emigrant passenger ship, Eldritch, to be transported to another planet. Becoming aware of this, the disassembled Deus resisted. It tried to take over the passenger ship that was transporting it. However, as a last line of defense against the escape of Deus, its creators unexpectedly destroyed the whole ship, sending it crashing to this planet. Deus knew that it would not be able to get away from the explosion or the imminent impact, and so it detached its core from the Zohar power reactor.
Zohar?
Yes, Zohar. It is what drives all of the gears on this planet. It is the master generator that transmits its energy to the slave generators in our gears. It is also the source of all the ether power that the inhabitants of this planet utilize, by utilizing the energy displacements caused by actualizing potential future phenomenon. This Zohar modifier has the ability to produce infinite amounts of energy.
The source of all our ether power?
Are you saying all our energy comes from that one power reactor or engine? Yes, but there is more. The core that was detached from Zohar, the biological computer Kadmoni, crashed onto this primitive planet as well. It activated Persona, its life support plant that can generate organic material. Using this, it prepared for itself a genetic-based system for the day when Deus would be resurrected. Thus, the first humans were created from there, Emperor Cain and the elders of the Gazel Ministry.
Are you saying the Emperor and them Xenogears were people born from Deus?
Do you know why the Geisel ministry desired the anima relics and your bodies? Well, here is the reason. Before becoming human, the bodies of the ministry were once part of the organic elements in the core circuit that made up Deus. There were two types of organic elements. The female type was called anima, while the male type was called animus. They were also created with the added ability to become mobile weapons by merging with machinery that was suited for use as terminal interface weapons for Deus. In other words, those aRdWs you were using were one form of such weapons. The ministry, which were animus, were to become one again with their separated anima at the time of the resurrection of God. But in a war 500 years ago, they all lost their physical bodies. It was then that they decided to extract their own genetic factor from certain individuals of their human descendants who carried the appropriate sets of DNA. All so each of them could become one with their respective anima again. Descendants?
Then we are all...
Yes, you humans are all descendants of Cain and the Geisel ministry. They were born from the persona, gave birth and propagated. They followed their inbuilt program to someday resurrect the heavily damaged Deus.
All the people in the world were created solely to resurrect Deus?
Yes, but it wasn't just to restore its old body. More than half of Deus is constructed of biological parts. Do you remember those mutated humans? Those are all people who were destined to become replacement parts for Deus.
We humans are parts for God?
Yes, almost all the people are destined to become parts for Deus. But you people gathered here are all different. You could say you escaped that destiny by existing through multiple generations. In actuality, there wasn't enough parts for Deus, but Krelian compensated for what was lacking. The reduction in the number of parts was due to humans living through multiple generations, but that deficiency in the human factor was made up for by the nanomachines created by Krelian. Not only that, but his nanomachines added additional functions. Deus has thus evolved into the perfect weapon.
Ellie, what has happened? Why did you know all that?
I am Miyang. What? I am Miyang, the keeper of time, the representative of our god Deus. I was born to guide the people toward the path of the resurrection of Deus. Sie ist die lilafarbige Frau im Intro, die nackt aus den Trümmern steigt.
That's ridiculous. Miyang was just...
You are limited in your ability to understand. Miyang's factor exists within all women. The one who transcends the generations, the caretaker of humans. When the previous one dies, somewhere another Miyang is awakened. It is programmed into all women's DNA to be that way. Who inherits the duty is just a matter of probability, Faye. That Miyang over there and I are the same existence. We are all parts of Deus, all caretakers of humans. Let us end this discussion now. Deus has awakened. I am one of the parts that composes Deus, hence I must become one with it.
Ja. Wobei sie ja recht hat, woher soll er das wissen? Ellie, why did it have to be you? If Miyang is a part of Deus, why did it not happen earlier?
It's still not enough for her just to have awakened. Although she may be Miyang, she still isn't the true Miyang.
The true Miyang?
Let's go, Krelian. All that is left to do is to vanquish this planet's civilization and return it to how it was. Then I can complete my unification with the final fragment of Deus, the Zohar modifier, the power reactor that fell upon this planet and became our genesis and now our apocalypse.
The eradication of civilization? What is the purpose of doing that?
Who knows? The creations of God will someday be a hindrance. That is why they must be eliminated. I am just programmed to act in this way.
Come, it is time for the awakening of the true Mother. please, wait, Ellie.
Farewell, Faye. May you have a peaceful awakening.
Shit. Das war mal viel Info. Und es gibt noch mehr.
Ellie!
Er springt einfach hinterher.
Wait, Faye! Do not release the system!
You don't wait. We're only endangering ourselves, so let's get out of here for now. Oh. Oh oh. Merkava erhebt sich. Und legt direkt mal los. Hey, ja doch, ich wollte schon speichern. Also wurden alle Menschen geschaffen, um Ersatzteile zu sein. Gold. Oh, jetzt sitzt Kitan da statt Faye, weil Faye ist weg. God, the interplanetary invasion weapon, Deus, had awakened and its arc, Merkava, was activated. Deus began to absorb, one after the other, the mutated people destined to be its parts, while the non-mutated would eventually only become a threat to it. To exterminate us and our civilization, it set into action. The planet's surface was devastated by Merkava and the weapons born from it, called the Seraph Angels. Die heißen im Japanischen übrigens Ion, was in Xenoblade 2 auch mal vorkommt. While pursuing the newly awakened Deus, we chanced upon Faye, whose whereabouts had hitherto been lost, along with his gear Weltall, discovered together at the place where Merkava was originally located. We were overjoyed by Faye's return, but it was most short-lived. For some unknown reason, Faye was found in a state of suspended animation. He did not regain consciousness. The people of Shevat and we ourselves feared a relapse of Faye's, no, id's power, and had no choice but to put Faye into Carbonite Freeze. Dieses Mal tatsächlich. Your Majesty, why do the people of Shevat fear Faye so much, even if Graf and its powers are comparable?
It is not that we fear him. We fear the error we ourselves committed, and now we are simply trying to put a lid on it.
The error that you yourselves committed?
Shevat instigated a battle 500 years ago to gain our independence from Solaris.
Das war ja der Krieg vor 500 Jahren gegen Solaris.
However, we became overcome with the lust for power. Fearing the war-torn people's will would no longer be with Shevat, but with the Nissan Mother.
Weil die Nissan-Sekte damals, wie sagt man, an Macht gewonnen hat, weil die meisten Flüchtlinge sich da gesammelt haben.
And that the people would assemble under Sophia. The Council of Elders of Shevat back then
made a deal with Solaris. A deal?
Yes. At the time, Solaris, or the Gazel Ministry to be exact, were at odds with the woman who held the real power behind the scenes, Myung.
Would that happen to have been Myung?
Most probably it was.
heißt, vor 500 Jahren waren die Geisel Ministry und Miang verstritten.
Fearing the increasing power of the masses assembling in Nisan, the Geisel Ministry schemed to hand over to us their antagonist, Miang, and promised a division of the rulership over the Earth's surface.
Also da haben die Geisel Ministry damals Miang verraten. Quellion hat irgendwann mal in einem Gespräch mit denen gesagt, didn't you go against your mother once? Das war damit gemeint.
But in exchange, we had to give them the rebel army that had assembled in Nisan, and also their patron, Sophia. The leaders of Shevat accepted, and it was decided that Nisan would be the location of the final decisive battle with Solaris. Shevat did not participate in that battle. Thwarted by the awesome numbers of the Solarian army, and with their path of retreat cut off, the Nisan rebel army ran out of options and was destroyed. Caught up in the middle of all this was Lacan, Bart's ancestor Roni, myself, and Krelian.
You were also there.
Yes, surrounded on all sides, we were prepared to die, and then the rebel force's flagship appeared with Sophia on board. She sacrificed herself so as to create a path for our retreat. Sophia's ship headed straight for the enemy's main ship on a suicide attack. Thanks to Sophia's sacrifice, we were able to survive. However, her death forever changed the fate of 2 men. Krelian, who followed closely under her as the leader of the Nisan sect's militia, completely lost faith after calling out to a god that would not respond. "I will create God with my own hands," were the last words he uttered before he disappeared. And Lacan, he resented himself for not having the power to do anything while she died in front of him. So he began to search for the legendary power.
Legendary power?
God's resting place Mahanon, the source of divine wisdom Reizo, and the anima relics which were created by that very wisdom. Besides these, there is one more legend.
And that is?
Zohar.
Zohar? That has the same name as the Zohar modifier? The power reactor that Miang spoke of, saying it was the infinite energy source of God Deus. What she claimed is also the source of our ether powers and the driving force of all our gears.
It would have to be one and the same thing. It is the place that contains the ultimate source of this world's power. It is said that only he who has the correct destiny would be able to discover its location. Losing all faith in humanity, Lacan sought after its power. Lacan became Graf, and the world collapsed. This tragedy happened because of the people's lust for power. I must take part of the responsibility for not having been able to stop it. And now, Faye, the one who has the same power as Graf, we just wanted to seal up that dreadful power that arose from our own sinful deeds. Graf, the man once known as Lacan, sought after the power of Zohar. The one who has the same power as Graf, Faye. I had this premonition that Faye too would awaken and seek out that power, and that presentiment became reality.
Mal wieder eine Zwischensequenz nach den paar Bildern. Das sind wieder die Gefängnisse, wo er schon mal drin war, nur dass sie ihn diesmal tatsächlich Star Wars-mäßig eingefroren haben. Da steckt er. Where am I? Who am I? This is my memory? Dog. Bard. Rico. Billy. Lang ist's her, ne? Wise man. Graf. Everyone. My memories. Ellie? Mother? Who are you? I'm surprised. That's pretty clever. You are id? I misjudged you. I didn't expect you. The fake personality would create a fourth persona. Fourth persona? He can't feel anything. He's shut up inside your ego. Depressing facts and truth you won't face. You're afraid of them, so you desire to completely shut yourself off from the outside world. And so you formed a fourth persona, a fourth Fae. The name doesn't matter. He's the one on the stage. Now, he's the one who's now in control of your body, but it is a useless form of resistance. Come with me. Oh, wait, what are you doing? He has the key. I merely want to borrow it. I've got to go somewhere. Are you coming too?